Hi, everyone. And, in your breakouts, we were talking about all the AI tools that you're looking at or you're implementing in your legal profession. AI really is an exciting new technology. And for lawyers like us, we're always looking for new technologies to make our lives better. But at the same time, there's a lot of challenges, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Like I like to say, with great innovation comes great responsibility. As lawyers, as we're implementing AI, we need to be aware and thinking about safeguarding our and our clients' intellectual property, client data, and of course, the very important, our reputation. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to give just a brief overview, get everybody thinking about how we all can be harnessing the power of AI while avoiding potential vulnerabilities. So not surprising to probably anybody in this room, AI adoption tripled from 2023 to 2024. And it was the survey said 30% of lawyers in 2024. I suspect that's going to be way up again this year. So I like to say that AI is not a future innovation, it's a current reality. As lawyers, AI is transforming the way we work. We are using it for legal research, for contract drafting, document review, and even for outcome predictions. But here's my challenge to you. Consider the risks. When we upload a client's sensitive data to an AI tool, where's that information going? Who owns the content the AI generates from it? And are we exposing ourselves, our clients, and our firm to potential intellectual property disputes or ethical violation? So let's talk about that further. AI is really powerful. As lawyers, we're problem solvers. AI automation, the speed that it provides, the power it provides, is really and can be an asset to all of us and to our firms. But it's not only an asset, AI is also a risk. AI tools use the data we input to refine the models. So when we input or our clients input sensitive or privileged client data, it jeopardizes confidentiality. Do we ever stop to think who could be watching the data we're feeding into the AI tools? And as an IP attorney myself, I've seen a growing use in IP management. There are AI tools for screening trademarks, for assessing patent data. But think about that. What are the risks it's imposing, infringing others, when the AI is looking at others' potentially IP in making those assessments? So let's get to the elephant in the room. Let's talk about some of the key risks to our, as lawyers, intellectual property responsibilities and ethical responsibilities. So here's some of the key challenges with AI and IP for lawyers specifically. And the first one's really a key challenge to everyone. AI does not always tell the truth. The reliability of AI technology cannot be taken for granted. Have you heard of hallucinations? It's a word you should know well. Here's the thing. AI is only as good, the output from an AI tool is only as good as the input. Like they used to say, garbage in, garbage out. And more importantly, I don't know if you know this, AI wants to please you. When you ask AI to produce something for you, it's going to do its very best to give you what you asked for. So a couple of quick examples. Many of you may have heard about the New York lawyer who used AI for his brief in court. Well, the judge figured it out really quick, and yeah, the lawyer got in a lot of trouble. But here's the thing, in his own defense, that lawyer said, I asked AI, is this reliable? Is this accurate data? And the AI said yes. So we cannot trust the output of AI for really, really important, valuable things. I'll give one more example because hallucinations are just something I'm fascinated with. I had a client come to me, and I've had a lot of clients come to me, inventors who have used AI to provide me information. And one client last year came to me, and they had already done a patent search. And in a patent search, you're looking for other patents, patent applications, documents that are like your invention. So first, shame on the client for putting their invention into ChatGPT specifically. But the client said, "Hey, ChatGPT, tell me, what's the closest patents to this invention?" And the client handed me the results, which was a dozen or so patents. Well, all the numbers were actual patent numbers. All the titles were made up. AI gave the client what they wanted. That is a hallucination. So be very careful about how much you trust and what you use the output for. It's not necessarily reliable. Confidentiality. We are attorneys. We take an oath. We must keep our client information confidential. Well, when you're using a lot of AI tools, they're on external servers. Without safeguards, that sensitive data could be exposed to breaches or unauthorized use. And if you haven't looked at them, most AI terms allow the AI to use your input to train. So when you're putting input into an AI tool, remember, it's not private. Your client trade secret is out there for everyone else in the platform. And this is something you should also, and I do often, tell your clients, because it may not be you using AI, it might be the client and then coming with output to you. Very, very important is unauthorized data use, plagiarism, and IP violations. Did you know that it took 300 billion words to train ChatGPT? 300 billion. That's a lot of words. That's a lot of documents. That's a lot of inputs. That's a lot of data. And many were not authorized. We know that based on the huge growing list of court cases that are waiting to be heard. And by the way, the first court case on fair use in this arena was decided in February. And in that case, AI training was not fair use. It was a case where there was competition. So a competitor was using the leader, happened to be LexisNexis, using their data, their headlines to train what would be a cheaper version competitive. So what does that mean to you? If AI is infringing, are the users also? Guess what? Those cases haven't been heard either. So we really don't know where all this is going to land. But for me as an IP attorney, it's a nightmare because for years we have protected the rightful works of others, and AI tools, all of them, or most of the majority of them, are just using the data because how else are you going to get 300 billion words to train your AI model? And lastly, are ethical concerns and compliance gaps. So you can just imagine AI is evolving much faster than our ethical guidelines are. So we may think we are following all of the ethical rules as they exist today, but what does that mean for tomorrow? As guidelines change, we got to keep up. And that is, so as an example, the example I like to give, if you're using AI to review something, does that create a conflict of interest if a conflicting party's information is in that review process in the AI tool? All things for us to be thinking about. And as Nicola had said, we have to keep the conversations going because we just don't really know where everything's going to end. So I wouldn't just leave you with, oh my gosh, what do? I want to use AI. I'm jeopardizing my clients. I'm jeopardizing my firm. So of course, Let me give you some proactive strategies to safeguard your IP, to safeguard IP in the age of AI. First of all, everyone talks about ChatGPT. I believe that's what many people use. But there's lots of AI tools out there. Carefully vet those AI tools. I like to say not all AI tools are created equal. Choose platforms that prioritize data security, that prioritize IP compliance, and choose platforms that explicitly avoid storing and repurposing confidential data. They're out there, you just have to look for them. Establish clear ownership policies of AI created work. That's not only internal firm policies, but include clauses in your client agreements. It's important that it's clear. Monitor training data integrity. Remember those 300 billion words? Ask your AI vendors about training data sources. Where are they getting the data that they're training with? Are they compliant with copyright infringement laws? And of course, as lawyers, make sure that we create or that the vendor agreements that we sign include AI provisions. Very important, things that we just don't think about. Invest in encryption and data security. You know, there are private cloud AI tools. Much better to use an AI tool that is learning focused only on you so that your information gets better but doesn't use others than to use the traditional public ones that are out there. And more, there will be legal practice specific AI tools. Theoretically, they should be a better bet for you. Stay ahead of IP law trends when it comes to AI. Track the new rulings and the legislation. They're coming fast and furious. There's so many open cases. And I'll just throw out there for you, follow me on LinkedIn, YouTube, my blog, because I am tracking them and I'm giving updates to my readers often. And lastly, document detailed logs of AI-assisted work. So why would you do that? Because it gives you a record to prove the originality of your other work, as well as your AI-created work, if you're ever questioned. So these are just an overview of some actions that we can do to protect ourselves, to uphold a client's trust, and the integrity of our law firm. So I want to leave you just with some closing thoughts. AI offers incredible opportunities for lawyers, but comes with notable risks to intellectual property and ethical obligations. Are you prepared to protect your hard work, your clients, and your most important reputation in this bold new AI-driven landscape? And if you want to talk about this more, please feel free to reach out.